she's remarkable. She's so modern. Okay, welcome everybody. We're going into the chest and heart openers, part of our 4-week cycle. So really nice for opening up through the front of the body and also strengthening the back of the body. And what I'd really love to work with this evening is this idea of inner body bright. So it's one of the principles of Anusara yoga, well, not necessarily one of the kind of universal principles, but it's one of the tenets that really underpins the kind of the felt state, the feeling state that we're going for in Anusara yoga, and that is this of inner body bright. And so the inhalation is such a beautiful way to really kind of welcome in that fullness of life and that sense of fullness within ourselves. So it can be very easy when times are stressful or when we're feeling constricted in any way to start to not only feel that in our external circumstances, but also feel that physically within our own body, to feel that energetically within our experience. And the breath is such a simple tool that we can use to really shift that experience into one of fullness. And of course it goes so perfectly with back bends and opening up the body. So find a comfortable seat, sit up nice and tall, and let's just take this shoulder loop. So if we bring the thumbs underneath the armpits here, we inhale to shrug the shoulders up to the ears, get this side body nice and long, and then we draw the shoulders back. So now we're squeezing the back of the heart, and then allow the shoulders to just gently rest. You're not pulling them down, you would just allow everything to soften. So they're still squeezing at the back of the heart, just very subtly, but the chest is now open, the spine is long. And of course, we are not reaching with the chin, but instead have the neck long. If we think of having side body long, we want sides of the neck long too. So we can even bring the hands up to, just this line around the neck and run the fingers up and in underneath the ears, and then lift up to kind of lengthen through the back of the neck. Release the palms down and allow the sit bones to be heavy as you encourage the sternum to rise up, the chest to rise up a little with each breath. And take a couple of belly breaths, really allowing the belly to be soft and expand with each inhalation, just by way of grounding. I find this is a really beautiful way of really inviting your energetic body, your kind of awareness experience down deeper into the body. So allow the belly to get soft as you take a couple of belly breaths, just to welcome yourself to practice. So you draw the breath right down to fill the whole body. And then after a couple of belly breaths, the next inhalation, keep it going and really fill the lateral seams of the ribcage and the whole kind of circumference of the ribcage, so that you feel it all expand, both forward, back, and sides. The collarbones begin to lift. And savor that sense of fullness. And then as you exhale, let the exhale be soft and deep. And keep breathing in that way. So you can let the belly move, but the focus really is more in the thoracic this evening. We want to get this sense of fullness, this sense of buoyancy, this sense of lightness. And as you get to the top of the inhale and you feel the torso expanded here, then take a moment to savor that. And then even as you exhale, there's a sense of that buoyancy, a sense of that lightness that remains. So the breath as it comes in, you'll keep breathing while I talk, the breath as it comes in pushes against the sides of your body and it begins to stretch all of the muscles in the torso. And you quite literally create more space for yourself to take up. And then with that exhale, allow yourself to relax into that space and hold on to that inner experience, that sense of inner body bright. Take about 5 more breaths like this. Have the intention to enjoy the act of breathing, to take pleasure in being in your body in this moment. And notice how the simple act of just a few minutes of breathing can really shift our experience. Bring the palms together at the heart center, and we'll share one Om to begin. Take a deep breath in. Okay. All right. We're going to come straight up to standing tonight. So you can move anything off the mat that you have on the mat. And we'll just start to move with the breath and really continue with this idea of inner body breath, allowing the torso to expand in all directions. The collarbones will lift and expand with each breath. So externally rotate the arms, inhale. And as you exhale, turn the palms out and bring the hands down, almost like you're moving the hands through water. Inhale. Turn the palms out, exhale, press the air away, collarbones stay lifted. Let's take 3 more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Good. Come to the top of your mat if you're not already. Inhale, bring the arms all the way up. As you exhale, bring the hands down behind you. As you inhale, interlace the hands. Really expand front, back, and sides. Even as you squeeze the back of the heart, expand the whole back of the thoracic area against that squeeze. And then exhale, fold forward over the legs. As you inhale, feel the torso expand, lift and lengthen the spine away from the thighs. And then exhale, fold in. Good. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. Exhale, bring the hands down behind you. Inhale, shoulder loop, shrug the shoulders up, squeeze the back of the heart, and simultaneously expand the torso. Exhale, bow and fold over the legs. Inhale, lift the chest, extend away. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way up. One more, exhale, bring the hands down. Inhale, savor the fullness. Exhale, bow and fold in. Inhale, chest gets full and buoyant. Exhale, bow in. Good. From there, release the hands down. And from here, you can bend the knees and walk the hands a little bit further out in front. So stay on the tips of the fingers here. I'll come back a little bit so you can see me. We spread the fingers, bend the knees as much as you need to. So you might have the knees significantly bent here. Creep the arms out. And now we'll take that shoulder loop here. So I've got my knees bent enough to have my chest on the thighs. And inhale, shrug the shoulders up to the ears to get the side body nice and long. And then I draw the shoulder blades back, squeeze the back of the heart, and now melt my chest down between the thighs. So opening up through the sides of my arms here, and then strengthening the back of my body. Couple of breaths, slow, deep breaths here. Good. And then from there, I'll get you to step your right foot all the way back and bend into the front knee. And you can drop the back knee here, or you can keep it lifted, your choice. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up to the sky. Good, so as you sweep the arms up to the sky, lift up out of the belly. So again, you can have the back knee on the floor here. And from here, we'll bring the left hand down onto the hip. Inhale, reach up out of the arm. So we want to keep the head of the arm bone pulled in so that there's this squeezing at the back of the heart. And then as we exhale, we'll just come over to the left side. So you're stretching through the right side of your body. And then coming back up, bring the left arm up. We'll bring both hands down, step back into downward facing dog. Now, that same action that you did when we were just doing a forward fold, we bent the knees so that we could have the fingertips on the floor. Now it's the whole hand, but press the hand into the floor. Inhale, shrug the shoulders up to the ears, lift them away from the floor and squeeze the shoulder blades at the back of the heart, and then press the floor away with the hands. Breathe here. Now see if you can keep that as you inhale and come forward into a high plank. You can drop the knees and we'll lower down on the exhale. Hands either side of the rib cage, forehead towards the floor, back of your neck long. Inhale, again, this shoulder loop, so we're constantly getting the side body long. Inhale, shrug the shoulders up, place them on the back body. So we lift the shoulders, squeeze the back of the heart, and then curl up. Back of the neck stays long. Exhale, come down, press back, tuck the toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. All right, from there, let's look forward, step the right foot all the way through, inside of your right hand, pause for a moment, potentially drop the back knee. So you could drop the back knee or leave it up, your choice. Inhale, sweep both arms up towards the sky. Pause for a moment, lift up out of the belly. And as you breathe here, really expand through the whole circumference of the torso. So get that buoyancy in the upper body, savor that fullness. You can bring the right hand to the hip. Inhale. Exhale, come over to the right slightly. So you're now opening up through the left side. You may find you need to drop the left knee. Good. Inhale, sweep your right arm up. Bring both hands down and we'll step forward. Again, bend the knees more than usual. Creep the fingers away. If the floor feels super far away, have a bolster or a block or anything in front of you. Inhale, shrug the shoulders up to the ears. And now squeeze the back of the heart. Melt the chest so the armpits stay lifted. And melt the chest between the thighs here. Relax your head and your neck. Good. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart center. We're going to do that again on the other side now. So inhale, reach your arms high. Exhale, fold all the way forward. You can take an extra breath here. Just enjoy bowing over the legs, perhaps shake out through your head and neck. We can now walk the hands forward, either onto the floor or some object in front. Bend the knees so that you want to try and be able to get them back flat here. So you could have a little table here in front of you if you feel quite rounded. Turn something up quite high. Press the fingertips into whatever the object is. Shrug the shoulders up to the ears and then lift the armpits, squeeze the back of the heart. And as you keep the arms long, melt the chest. Bring the ears down between the arms. And breathe. You now use that inhalation to create more space and press back against the edges of the body. Okay, so good, this one. And then we'll release, we'll step the left foot back now. So bring the left foot all the way back. You can bring your left knee to the floor. Inhale, sweep the arms up. We'll take it a little deeper here now. So this time we're going to bend the left elbow and of course drop the back knee if you like. Bring the right hand to the left elbow and draw the left elbow across to the midline as much as you can from falling over. And then we press the head into the left arm and come over to the right slightly. So breathe here. Release both arms up and then bring them both down. Press back, downward facing dog. Good. Again, bend the knees. Inhale, shrug the shoulders up by lifting the armpits away from the floor. And then press the floor away. Squeeze the back of the heart. So now you really feel the activation of the shoulder blades on the back body. Press the floor away. Reach back through the hip bones. Beautiful. Enjoy your breath. You're really breathing into the lateral seams of your rib cage here. And then hold that as you inhale, come forward into the high plank. You can drop your knees, bend the elbows back all the way down. Then hands are either side of your rib cage. Inhale, shoulder loop, shoulders up to the ears. Same thing right throughout the class. Inhale, cover. Exhale, come down and press back. Downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Another breath here, that same thing. Roll the shoulders up and place the shoulder blades firmly on the back of the heart. You're creating a lot of back body strength here. And this is so you can open at the front. And then use the breath to create that sense of buoyancy, that fullness on the inside, inner body breath. From there, look forward, step the left foot all the way through. You can drop the back knee or not, your choice. Sweep the arms up. We'll bring the right hand down between the shoulder blades. Bring the left hand to the right elbow, and then lean the head back into the arm. And you can even pull the elbow and the hand against one another to get more of an opening through the shoulder here. And breathe this fullness into the torso. With each exhale, then lean your head back into the arm, open up through the front of your chest. And release the arms up, bring your hands down, step forward and fold over your legs. A little bend in the knees again, or a big bend, possibly the table or whatever you're using. Inhale, shrug the shoulders up, squeeze the back of the heart. You lengthen through the front of the chest, so you get that flat back extension through the front of the spine, and then melt down between the armpits. There's a real opening here. Enjoy it. Good, and then release, inhale, sweep all the way up. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Okay. All right. So now from here, let's interlace the hands. We'll bring them all the way up. So just do the opposite interlace to what you might usually take. So opposite pinky at the base of the hands. And we'll take the arms up. You can't see my hands, but that's okay. I think you need to. We'll press down through the feet and keep. So what will tend to happen if we're tight is this kind of thing. We want to try and bring the arms back without kind of flaring through the ribs like this. So we lift up through the belly, lengthen the tailbone down, hug the arms in towards the midline, and try and bring the arms back in line with the ears. And now breathe into these lateral seams of the body. So you want to get that expansion front, back, and sides, inner body breath. So close your eyes here and take a few breaths and cultivate that sense of brightness on the inside. You can even hold the breath at the top of the inhale to enjoy it, to savor it. Press out through the palms a little more with each exhale. Good, and release. So good through the the shoulders and the arms. Okay. All right. Let's turn around and face the long edge of our mat now if you're not already. And we'll take the feet wide. You could have a block here on the right-hand side if you're using a block. So you have a block at home, grab one and we'll face it on the right-hand side. So we've got the turn the right toes out and just bring the hand, the L-shaped position, to the left thigh and turn it in slightly so that you're not jamming that hip forward, and bring the arms out. Keep your legs firm, so 1% bend in this front leg, and reach, bring your right hand down, left arm up. Good. And such a beautiful way to get that extra length through the side body. We'll inhale, bring the left arm back, turn the palm face up. It's almost like a hitchhiker's hand, thumb pointing behind you. And as you exhale, let's do inhale. Reach the arm over and past your ear. And as you exhale, bring the hand back, squeeze the navel in, twist up towards the ceiling. Inhale, expand the whole torso, lengthen both sides of the torso. And as you exhale, squeeze the navel in and twist the whole belly up towards the ceiling. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Good. And exhale. Press down, come all the way up. Turn your right toes in. Turn your left toes out. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So just a slight internal rotation of the right leg now. Bring your arms up. And as you exhale, come forward. Bring your left hand down. You can work with the hand on the block or on your shin. Some of you might be able to work with the floor. But don't go all the way to the floor if it means that you come forward and stick your butt out behind you. You want to try and keep the body nice and open here. And then we'll bring the arm up, and as we inhale, we'll take the right arm over and past the ear. As you exhale, draw the navel towards the spine and kind of try and spin it up to the right. Inhale, take the arm over, expand the torso both sides. Exhale, bring the arm back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. And release. Come all the way up. Turn your toes in. And bring the hands to the hip. Actually, let's bring the hands behind the back. And again, we'll take that shoulder loop. So inhale, shrug the shoulders up to the ears, squeeze the shoulder blades into the back of the heart, and lift your hands up away from the hips. On an exhale, come all the way forward. So bow forward. Enjoy your breath here. Allow yourself to expand with the inhalation, but not only to expand, but to really feel into that quality of expansion, to really become familiar with what it feels like to expand, to feel full, to feel bright and joyful on the inside. These are the kind of qualities that are associated with the inhalation, especially in the upper part of the thoracic, so around the heart. This what's referred to as pranavayu. So breathe into the point or the space between the shoulder blades as much as you do the front of the chest. And then release. We'll bring the hands down and lift. Well, while we're here, actually, we'll bring the hands out. The same one that we've been doing. Many of you are used to doing it at the studio. You can bend the knees a little, and what we've been doing with the feet together, we'll bring the fingertips out in front, and again, you could have a table or a pillow or a bolster here. And as we inhale, so we're kind of in a halfway lift here. We inhale, shrug the shoulders up, so bring the shoulders up around the ears. It sounds counterintuitive, I know. Then lift the armpits away from the floor, and at the same time melt the chest. So now we're squeezing the back of the heart. Keep the armpits lifted, the arms strong and straight, and then keep softening down between the armpits. And now keep breathing into these lateral seams of the body. Enjoy the experience of breathing. As you exhale, you can draw the navel in and take the thigh bones back. Get longer, get more buoyant, get full. This really brings out the sweetness in the pose. Good, and then from there, we'll walk the hands back in, bring the hands to the hips, press down through the feet. Let's take a warrior one before we come down onto the floor, onto our knees. So we'll step the feet are now hip width distance apart. We'll step the right foot back, maintaining the feet hip width distance apart. Right toes, your right toes point towards the front right hand corner of your mat, and we'll bend into the front knee. Now bring your hands, or your right hand, just to the lower pelvis and lift up there so that you start to get this stretch through the quadricep. You firm the leg, roll the inner thigh back. Bring the arms up. And even here, inhale, shrug the shoulders up. And then move the armpits back, squeeze the back of the heart. You can even curl back a little bit here. Extend through the fingertips. So this is a really strong and powerful pose. It's a warrior. So it's quite opening through the chest, but you want to feel this steadfastness through the legs and this buoyancy, this fullness through the chest. So let's take 5 breaths here to get that sense of inner body right through the chest. Like it brings prana, it brings life force to the whole body, but particularly the upper body here, arms. You can extend out a little more in the fingers with each exhale. Good, and then bring the hands down. We'll step forward, pause for a moment. And then we'll take the left leg back. So step your left leg back, left toes point to the left hand corner of the mat, front left hand corner of your mat. Bend into your front knee. Again, left hand on the front left hip, lift up. Bring your arms up, both legs firm. Inhale, side body long. Shrug the shoulders up. You can even bring the thumbs up. Squeeze the back of the heart. Take the arms up. Good. Sink a little deeper. Breathe. Enjoy your breath. Savor your breath. Good, and then bring your hands down and step forward. Feel your feet on the ground. Feel yourself planted. And then Take a breath, enjoy a breath or two, and invite yourself to really get to know what is the experience of inner body breath, of fullness from the inside. Something that I can cultivate within myself, that I have the power to really evoke within my experience. And I need this reminder for myself today, just as much as anybody. It's the beauty of teaching. Okay, all right. It really is, and it's not that we are perfect and remember all the time, but it's more that we have these tools, and when we're teaching, we're often like, okay, that's what I wasn't doing today. So we're going to bring our mat against the wall. It doesn't have to be this way. I might actually fold my mat up just for orientation to the wall. And you might also like a little bit of a blanket underneath the knee. So you don't need it, I often don't use it, but you can just put a black blanket down on the floor. Many of you will know where we're going here. So we just come down onto our knees and bring the left knee up in towards the skirting board as much as you can, or not as much as you can. The tighter you know you are through your quadricep, the front of your thighs, the more space, you put a couple of inches in between your knee and the front of the wall. And then we lift up and we come up. So you might find that it takes a little bit to get here balance-wise. And you're just holding here. And you can work here with my hands stuck. Okay, that's better. And press the knee down and lift up. And you can just be here, this is fine. Be aware if you kind of hunching forward to kind of, you know, stop yourself from stretching through the front here. We want to try and lift up out of the belly. And of course, if this isn't available to you, you can just stand up, put one arm against the wall, and bend the left leg, and hold it with your hands. So you're just taking a foot stretch, standing rather than kneeling on the floor. And another option to take it deeper is to reach the left arm high, bend the elbow, and either bring the elbow across and hold here, leaning the head back, or if it's available to you, you can take the full bind. And we'll take 5 breaths here. If you can, eyes closed. And same idea of inner body breath. Just really, you know, explore your own way to get an experience of inner body breath with the inhalation. With every inhale, we take up a little more space, and then you can just ease in and enjoy that space on the exhale. Good. And release, and we'll change legs. Bring the knees down, and then step your right knee in. Bring your left foot forward. So you want the left knee to be pretty much on top of the left ankle. So your knee is stacked at a right angle. This is definitely my tighter side. So we press the right knee into the floor. Or if you're doing this standing, just think about really kind of activating the knee as if it wants to touch the floor. So we lift up out of the right hip. And then possibly reach the right arm high, bend the elbow, and either take the left hand to the right elbow and lean back, or if you can take the bind, go ahead and take the bind. Again, 5 breaths here, inner body bright. Good. And release. And we'll come out. You can sit back on your knees or on the heels. Pause for a moment. Take a few breaths. Enjoy the inhalation. Enjoy that still point, that kind of poignant pause at the top of the inhalation. And that sense of fullness before taking the exhale. Five more breaths. Simply invite yourself to get lost in that moment. Okay. All right, so let's bring our mat back out. And I think you sit with your legs out in front. Okay. We'll take a little break here. We'll bring the soles of the feet together and the knees wide. So as you press your feet together, press down through the sit bones and continue to lengthen. And so even though we're now just in a simple kind of hip opening pose, if it feels a little bit too much to have the hands around the front of the feet, you could bring the hands more around the shins is also an option, or if you feel quite tight, even around the knees is an option. And from here, really try and get this sense. We've been creating this sense of side body long, shrugging the shoulders up and drawing them back to squeeze the back of the heart. So see if you can get that happening now, this length through the side body. That fullness through the torso. Even as you breathe and inhale, and you come to the top of your inhale, even as you exhale, let there be a sense of you continuing to expand. Like the edges of where you finish and the world begins get a little softer. And you feel like you take up a little more space. And there's a sweetness to that space that you are occupying more and more of. Good. All right. Now we'll bring the feet in front of us and we'll inhale, sweep the arms up nice and high. As you exhale, bring your hands down behind you. As you inhale, roll the shoulders open, and you can either just work here or lift the hips up so that you're making a reverse tabletop. Exhale, bring your hips down. Inhale, sweep your arms high. As you exhale, extend and fold over the legs, just wherever you land this line. Inhale, reach up, side body long, spine lengthens. Exhale, bring your hands back behind you. Inhale, roll the shoulders open, press down through your feet. Exhale, bring your hips down. Inhale, reach your arms up, chest buoyant. Exhale, extend and fold. Good. Inhale, let's take two more. Exhale, hands back. Inhale, open up the chest. Exhale, come down. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Just hold here for a few breaths. So you can let the hands come down. You could pull back against the shins. And even here, lift up through the chest, draw the shoulders back, try and squeeze the back of the heart a little, and lengthen the chest forward. If you can take hold of the big toes, you can inhale, lengthen through the front of the chest, draw the shoulders back, and extend forward. Continue to enjoy your breath, enjoy the fullness at the top of the inhale. But allow yourself to really soften and savor the exhale too. That's how you start to wind down from the practice. Three more breaths. Good, and release and come up. Beautiful. Sit tall for a moment. Notice how your back is feeling, how your whole system is feeling. If you let yourself be heavy through the legs, through the sit bones, and feel the strength of your back, can you enjoy a natural, subtle sense of buoyancy through the upper body, like an uprising within you? Almost like the upper body is floating like a helium balloon, yet anchored, earthed at the pelvis on the ground. Good. Now, from here, we'll have one more back bend before a twist on the ground. So come down onto the floor, lay back, Your feet, place your feet directly underneath your knees, hands down by your side. Let your body kind of get soft for a moment, so you really feel the floor beneath your back, your feet, your arms, your head. It's just giving yourself a little moment in every moment to fully open to that moment. And it's a beautiful practice as part of an asana or a yoga practice, but it's a beautiful practice every 10 minutes of every day. No matter what you're doing, just relax into that moment and be there. Okay, now press the arms down, take a deep breath in. That fullness in the chest, and as you exhale, press down through your feet, interlace your hands underneath the back. Try and get the upper arms underneath the ribcage as much as you can. And now here, take that shoulder loop. So inhale, shrug the shoulders up to the ears, and then press them down further into the floor. So you're now supporting the back of your neck, you're not flattening it. And the chin can lift up towards the ceiling. Press down through your feet and breathe. And release and come down. Beautiful. Soles of your feet together, knees wide. You can place your hands on the belly and the chest. Good. Staying with this opening of the body in through the quads, but bring it into a twist. We're going to bend the knees, place the feet on the floor, but wide enough so that you can feel the edges of your mat underneath your feet. And then from there, we'll drop both knees over to the left. Lift the left ankle up and place it on the right knee. So you're opening through the outer edge of the right quadricep here. You could possibly toe heel the right foot across to the right. So I know that's lots of left and right, so hopefully you all got it. A few breaths here. If you got a bit mixed up, we'll go through it again. Feet on the outer edges of the mat. Both knees drop to the left. Left ankle lifts up and places on the right knee. Possibly take the right foot across to the right. We'll take just a few more breaths here. Okay, bring both knees up. Again, both feet placed on the outer edges so that you can feel the edges of the mat. Drop both knees to the right. Lift your right ankle up and place it on your left knee. And then possibly toe heel the left foot to the left a little more. And breathe. And then release. Bring your legs out in front of you. You can lay down for Shavasana, hands down by your side. Make yourself comfortable. You could place something over your eyes here. And now come back to that breath. There's no control of the breath, but simply continue to observe the fullness, that sense of fullness and inner body bright at the top of the inhalation. You can welcome it with a sense of gratitude for every breath that gives you that sense of literal inspiration to inspire, to breathe. Please begin to deepen your breath. Take a few more conscious breaths. Allow them to reach every part of you, from the tips of your toes to the crown of your head. Greeting your body with love and gratitude. Stretch your arms and your legs, and when you're ready, roll to one side. Gently make your way up. Sit nice and tall. And notice how you may feel different in the chest. Part of me wants to say let's shrug the shoulders up to the ears and draw them back, and you can if you like, but I kind of feel like my chest and my shoulder blades, sides of my body are all sitting in the appropriate places anyway after doing my planks, and that it is naturally occurring. Feel the buoyancy of your being. Bring the palms together. We'll share one more arm to finish. Deep breath in. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you.